Nashville, Tennessee. 3.5 hours from Ben and Tammy's place down in Olive Branch, and we're here. When I think of Nashville, I don't necessarily think of high rises. I suppose why would I? I've never been here. It's quite a lot bigger, this place, than what I thought it might be.
That's the Batman building.
Gotham City. Ouch, that looks like it would have hurt. You could fix that.
Yeah, we can fix that. A little Mondo, a little paint.
Do you know, it's really amazing with the buildings. You get these really old architecture and old street line buildings, and then right behind it or right beside it you've got these amazing ultra modern glass architecture items. It's just such a strange contrast, but it kind of works.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Case in point right there.
Yeah. I've never seen it where you get such a contrast right beside one another.
And they're not like retro looking buildings, they're old buildings, these ones. Let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Hickory barbecue sauce burger. Some sort of, well, it's supposed to be a sandwich.
It is meant to be a sandwich, a grilled chicken and
it does say buns though. It did say buns.
Fair enough.
Grilled chicken, and that's a Swiss burger because it's got Swiss cheese.
With mushrooms
And honey mustard.
for my fries.
Yeah.
Yours has bacon on it too.
Mine's got bacon.
You can see the bacon.
Bacon
sticking out.
with mayonnaise for the chips, or the fries, sorry. All three of us agree that the mayonnaise is unbelievable, isn't it?
I'm very funny about that too.
And that's looking east. That's Andrew Jackson. There's one in most cities around this area to the south of the Mason-Dixon line. And that's off to the north. I think that's the farmer's market down the bottom there. This building right here is where the original Grand Ole Opry was located. Up until 1974, so from the 1930s to 1974. It's a grand old lady. Where are we?
In the Country Music Hall of Fame.
That's it. Can't take the camera in there. You finally found a hat that fits, Tanneroo.
Yes, my head's so little I have to wear a kid's cap or hat. So.
Yeah, you look like an organ grinder monkey with that hat, you know?
There's almost as many gold and platinum records there as there was at Graceland yesterday.
Well, they won't just be one person, will they?
No, there'll be multiple artists there. You can climb all the way to the top. It's a long way. Do you reckon that might be the library? Quite cleverly done, a stack of books. It's starting to get a little darker here in Nashville. What's going on here, sir?
Looks like they parked illegally, probably.
Oh, these two. So they need well, 3 bikes, 3 coppers. Yeah, right. God bless America. Oh, he's off chips. He can't get the big Harley going. Alright, we've eaten. We're going to go back across the other side of the road and have a look at Tootsie's, which is the most famous one here. It's been going for about 50 years. And all those individuals started there apparently. And it's packed. She's a bit full. We can't even get near the bar.
We got any Johnny Cash fans in here? Here's some Johnny Cash for you. Well, we were going to play another song, but since we're doing this one, I guess I'm going to sing that one. Well, I hear that train coming, it's going around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when I stop in courts and prison, time to traveling on. When I hear that lonesome whistle right in my head. Down that railroad track is mine. I bet I'm moving on a little farther down the line. For the folks in prison, well, that's where I long to stay. And I've left that lonesome whistle through my blues road. Sure.
Well, it's Wednesday, August 31, 2011, and we're driving just south of Nashville along the 31, and we're in between Interstate 65 and we're looking for Franklin in Tennessee, which I've heard a little bit about. Been a lovely part of the world, and at the moment on the drive in there it's certainly a lot to see. A lot of very old houses, mansions. It could be anywhere over 100, 150 years old, would you say, Ben?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, it's a date from the Civil War. The Union Army, very early on in the war, occupied, for the want of a better expression, this area. But no, it's a lovely part of the world. We come up to the first roundabout we've seen on this trip. That church right there was a field hospital during the Civil War. There's a picture of it, circa 1863. Well, we've had a good look around Nashville. It certainly was a lot of fun. The main thing that I keep thinking about is comparing it to Memphis when I'm there, and it really is in a lot better condition. They don't seem to have the problems. They seem to have a lot more tourism, and the infrastructure is better. Roads, just the general, aesthetics of the area. Actually, there was on television there was a story about how even though the economy's slow, Nashville is thriving. You can believe it, having been there. I thoroughly recommend anyone to go there. It was a tremendous night out along Broadway and all the country and western bars and clubs and that. It was fantastic. That's the back of the shops out on Main Street. I've done something with them. There's an old 56, what, Chevy?
A Ford.
It's a Ford, sorry. Give him a wave. Beautiful part of the world. As is true a lot of the times with me, I didn't really mean to come this way. Things you see off the beaten track. Literally 200 metres up the road from the police car. There's been an email going around lately with a guy making sculptures out of old scrap.
Yeah.
And that looks like something similar. Oh yeah. This could be the place, eh? No, that was in Australia actually, wasn't it? Some guy in Brisbane or something.
That is so clever.
Joe Natural's Bakery, Cafe and Farm Store. 1892. Oh look, this is what we're looking for. The very industrious Tammy Bird is determined by asking someone that that was an original smokehouse. Way back in the day.
In the roof, yeah.
It's a stage. Got the lights up. This is the Ford truck that we saw coming out of that house down the road, over the road from the police car earlier. What's that? Oh, I wouldn't go in there, Tammy Bird.
I'm just going the door. Look at that.
Perfect for sleeping out in this weather.
Sleep out.
Yeah. And have a look at that.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
See, I knew we were coming this way for a reason.
Yeah. I'm fascinated with old stuff.
What do you like?
I love to go around looking at older homes and places. I'm fascinated with that.
When we come back next time, we won't do all the normal things that we do when we come to Memphis. We'll come out here, or this sort of area, and do all this sort of stuff. And that, the river just, or the stream just goes along the back of that old church. We've got to head back to Memphis. That is the entry to the Natchez Trace Parkway, a very famous drive through these parts. There's up on the right, up on the hill there, is a little sign. Next time we come down, we just told Tammy and Ben we're gonna spend a lot of time all going through here. Actually, I said it on the camera before. Could be DW's house.
The huge garage.
Wasn't it? It's the sort of thing when you're watching Civil War films and things, it's the sort of countryside you see in them, you know.
So a lot of the battles happening.
Yeah, all the way through
Kinda
here.
Like this. All of a sudden they get to a clearing and you have a battle.
Yep. 10 years on, I'm back at Days Inn at Graceland. That's a famous quotation and one that is pretty true. It's the view out of the back of the hotel. Graceland's full of these kind of trees. I must admit I don't know what they are.
I think that's why.
It's our 10-year reunion, Tammy Bird.
It is, and I'm excited.
We're about to go and have a look at the guitar-shaped swimming pool. We're not in the same room, we're around the back, of course. The other one looked out over the swimming pool.
I feel like
It's the
I know
same.
the place. I walked in and Brett said, I'll show you what room we had before. And I said, I know it's up there. Because I've watched the video.
From 219. Brings back memories, huh?
There we were, that was where we were. We came out here and they built a bit of a gazebo in the...
Yeah, when we met Tammy all those years ago, this is what we did. We walked out of here because we couldn't get over the novelty of the fact that we were staying right across the road from Graceland. And then we had a guitar-shaped swimming pool. Yeah, so we had all our stuff shipped home. Tammy helped us ship all our FedEx our stuff home.
That's the least I can do.
She came up to us, we were in line to tell the story for official records. I was talking to this girl at FedEx at the airport, Rich was standing behind me and Tammy was behind him. She was working there, but in another department. They had to line up to see someone else like we did. And she overheard me talking. And she said to Riggs, hey look, I can help you out here, I get 75% discount. So the price went from $440 down to $110. We couldn't believe the generosity of this girl. I mean, she'd never met us, and just decided she was going to help us out, like the Aussie accent.
I guess we decided to pick you both up.
That was it. So as a result, we formed a bit of a friendship. We went out to Beale Street, came here and had a swim.
Here we are, 2011, August 31st, and Brett is now back in Memphis and hanging out here at the Elvis Heartbreak Hotel. He and Barbara are getting ready for a swim. And as usual, Brett never meets a stranger, so he's having a lot of conversation there. Here we go. And what a splash he makes. It's nice, Barbara says.
And that's the front wall of Graceland, right there. I've been looking for the subtle differences this time. Another one is the fact that there's no restrictions on alcohol in the pool area. For the most litigious country in the world, it's unbelievable how lax they are on some things. Case in point, there we go, some beers. That's where the king rests.
Yeah, looking at this, I mean, the coloured lights and everything are beautiful, but you got to look at the height of the wall. And maybe this is a sad indictment of today's society, but I look at this and I say, how could he possibly live in something with a wall that is only this height? There are too many idiots that be over that in 2 seconds flat, and you know, security on the other side wouldn't make up for it. It just wouldn't happen today. Maybe that's just sad that that's the way I look at it, but it's the way I see it for today.
It's a pretty famous part of the world right there. I mean, I know he owned the whole thing. We can see the mansion up the back. But right here is where all the photos of him, you know, with the autographs for the fans and all that happen right.
Come down to the fence.
Yeah, right here. And where you're standing, all the vision of him driving in and out. Right where you're standing, and we're the only people around. 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday night.
Incredible.
In Memphis, Tennessee. September 1, 2011 has dawned bright and sunny in Memphis. What a surprise. Get up to the dulcet tones of the king. Ah yes, we're off to breakfast. Reception inside the Days Inn, Graceland. Have a go at it. I reckon it out Elvis's Graceland Heartbreak Hotel, and you can believe it. Butter in a, what would you call that? Tube.
Squeezy bottle. It's a bit different. So here in the Days Inn at Graceland, we listen to Elvis radio piped through in the restaurant, in fact throughout the hotel. And I was thinking, how many artists could you get where you could play just one artist's music and you don't have to repeat the music, as Brett was saying, probably for a few days before it would actually come round again. I said, that's no different from ordinary radio, is it?
It's a massive repertoire.
Really quite unusual.
The guy just worked and worked and worked.
Yeah.
There are the gates of Graceland. That's the front wall. We're standing at the front of the hotel. The chicken wings place there on the corner. And then just on that street there, we're going to go up there. Because whilst I've been criticising this area for being dodgy, I wandered up there last night and was surprised at what I saw. Actually, I wandered up here from someone told me at the Days Inn that this is Vernon Presley's house. It backs right onto Graceland.
Video outside but not inside.
Non's inside, yeah. We're used to that. And we're about to go into Vernon's house. Okay, here we are.
Here we are.
Filming from the front door. Thank you, Pat, so much.
Thank you for coming. Back again.
We will do. Don't worry about that. And we'll send all our friends.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, we've just been through Vernon Presley's house, and it was absolutely incredible to see so much of it. Although the house was empty for 22 years, there's still much of it that is original, and so much Presley taste. Right
Oh,
away through
yeah.
it. It's incredible.
It reminds us of Graceland like you wouldn't believe.
I mean, lamps. There's some lamps in there that are just, you would never find them anywhere else. Incredible.
Some of the sofas and the bedding. We've got lots of still photos, luckily.
Yeah, we've got some.
Actually, we'll do a montage of those. We'll insert those into the film.
And we sat in the bed.
Yeah, she let us sit on Elvis's bed. He used to stay over here occasionally when he had to get away from Lisa and Priscilla.
Yeah.
That's the barn at Graceland, just over this fence. And this is the back yard of Graceland, over the back fence here. And that's up the house there. Unfortunately, with trees in the way, you can't see a whole lot. So that's the old swimming pool. And the gate that Elvis and everyone used to go to and from Graceland to here was just there, apparently, and right next to that tree. The old oak tree. Absolutely fascinating. And we only heard about it from Tom from Adelaide.
Yeah.
Late last night after a few bevies.
Bumped into them.
We're at the bus stop that Riggs and I took refuge in 2001 because it was raining so hard. No chance of rain on this trip.
No.
And as I say, I was saying before about I've been critical of this area about what it's now, you know, like. This right next door to Graceland is fantastic.
Look at it. And the whole strip here is beautiful.
The old I think it's a Galaxy over there. And I'm about to be very cheeky and wander up over here and see if I can get a shot of Graceland from that fence, like on the grassy knoll. Right at that moment, Dodgy came home, so we couldn't try it. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. Can't tell you enough about how good that was. Let's get on the road to Tupelo.
Yay!
I'm going to have a quick swim in the pool now because even though we've got to check out. Let's do it. Alright, guitar-shaped swimming pool is in my immediate future. How much fun is this? Heaven.
Back in that guitar-shaped swimming pool. It's pretty good. It's very warm too.
It's been a wonderful visit.